We're the Leatherneck Nomads. We sold everything we had, stepped into the unknown to chase a life of adventure, challenges, and memories worth living for.
So over the last couple of videos, we've done Ireland, we have put out a video on Portugal, and we put out a video on Italy. But we haven't really told you like what our story is and why we're traveling the way we're traveling. But we left Italy the middle of last month, and we are currently in Albania, in the capital city of Tirana. Kind of wanted to share an introduction of who we are and what we're actually doing and why we're doing it. We left the US in December of last year, 2025, and spent about 45 days in South America, and then came back for another 45 days and then decided to head over to Europe. Back in October, we had spoken to some people and who were thinking about leaving as well, and they decided to make the leap, and we just said, hey, I wonder if we can make this happen. We've always loved traveling. I've done quite a bit of it, but it's always been vacation style travel. The longest we did do was 30 days in Greece, and then we did another 45 days in Greece. We were both working, so even though it was a vacation, you still had to make sure you were back, by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock to get on the computer and log in and do whatever you're doing. So we kind of sat down and tried to figure out if we could make full-time travel a reality. That's what we did. We put our house up for sale, and we're expecting it to sell within 6 months. That was kind of the average of the neighborhood that we were in. And to our surprise, we got an offer 6 hours after we put it on the market. So then we were like, okay, well, this is now a reality. We need to make some things happen. We went ahead and sold the house, sold all of our belongings, sold our vehicles, kept some family items that are sentimental and put them in storage, and then decided, okay, that's it. We're gonna take off. We didn't leave for any other reason other than we love travel. I spent over 25 years in the Marine Corps, was able to travel, but what I wasn't able to do was travel with my wife. And I've seen so many places and different cultures and customs and everything that I wanted her to be part of that as well. That's what drove us to travel. We love adventure, we love challenges.
And food.
And food, that's a big part of it.
We love food.
So that's what this is. This is just one big adventure and one big challenge, because each month, as we find ourselves in a new city, makes us figure out the culture. It makes us figure out what we can eat, what we can't eat. And since we've left the US, we can eat just about anything. That's the fun part of it, is kind of not knowing where you're at and getting immersed into a culture, really enjoying what other countries have to offer. And it's not that the US doesn't have anything to offer. The US is of course, in our eyes, the best country in the world, with all the freedoms and everything. But you come here to a country like Albania, and you realize that you don't need anything to be happy other than the people around you. Now, of course, when we left, we had family around us. We had our kids, and we miss them, but it's also being able to share this with them. If they can come out and see us, hopefully that'll give them the travel bug. We don't have a time frame. We don't have a schedule. We're kind of figuring out as we go. But I know we put out a couple videos yet, and it was just like, okay, this couple's just traveling around. We put the videos out in hopes that people would ask questions
Or get inspired to do the same, or perhaps you can't do long term, but just go explore other countries, other cultures, other food. Big world out there, there's a lot to see. And if your health allows and your finances allow and your time, then we definitely recommend trying to get out and see other things.
Yeah, and again, that's the challenge of it, and that's the fun of it. Right now, this month, we're trying to figure out medical and dental, and maybe if it can't work here in Albania, then we have to travel to another country to get it taken care of. Be scared. Don't be scared to take a leap. Bet on yourself all the time. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, probably more good than bad. Find something that brings you happiness, and because we've found what brought us happiness. We don't know how long this is going to last. It may last until the end of this month. Who knows? But I do know that we're going to make the best of it. Enjoy every second of it, because you have no clue when the last time you close your eyes is going to be. So
Tomorrow is not promised.
nope. Today we're actually out just trying to find pharmacies that carry certain medications. So it's things like that, you know. But in the meantime, we'll stop and have, you know, $1 coffee.
Souvlaki.
Maybe we'll have a souvlaki, maybe we'll have 2. I don't know. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them, and we'll respond to them. But we just want to put out content, so hopefully our kids can, you know, look back on it one day and get inspired as well. If there's something that you guys want to see in whatever country we're in at the time, let us know, and we'll do the best we can to film that.
You know, we appreciate people that are following us along, and, you know, hopefully motivate them to do the same or do it in their own way. We are not a channel that is putting out budgets and things like that. I think budgets are relative. Everybody, what they like, what they don't like when it comes to food and culture and religion and all these things, are everybody's different. Really not focusing on any of that stuff, because I think there's plenty of channels out there that are very good that we followed when it comes to budgeting. There's some really good channels out there for sure. We don't want to make this really complicated or provide a bunch of numbers and things, because
Everybody's numbers are going to be different. So, you know, to provide a budget, what you know you can afford. You have a budget back in the States and you know you shouldn't go over it. And if you do, you know, maybe there's issues. It's the same way in every country. Now, if you have questions about how much is average rent or stuff like that, then, or Airbnbs or whatever, then that stuff we can answer. It's better to follow a group on Facebook for expats living in that particular country.
yeah, they're especially if they're living there, they're much well versed in everything that's happening in the country. You know, they provide great resources and information for pharmacies and doctors and dentists and just all the resources that this country offers to people, expats, and also they share their experiences of, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. We follow these groups, and I think that they're great as a resource.
So again, if you follow and you're wondering who are the Leatherneck Nomads, what does Leatherneck mean? It's just a nod to the time that I spent in the Marine Corps, and my wife spent the time with me away raising our kids. That's where it came from. Nomads, because we're not calling anywhere home now. We're just trying to figure it out as we go. You know, we used to have a channel called Leatherneck Overlanding. We had a truck and we were living up in the mountains of North Carolina, and we had Asheville Vehicle Outfitters build us a great rig, a nod to Eric and the team out at AVO who were doing great things. And we did that for about 18 months. Came back to be closer to family. And we did get an opportunity to travel in between then and now. You know, we did Italy, we did Greece, we did, you know, a cruise, El Salvador, we did Colombia, and it was all like a week, 2 weeks at a time. Something was just missing. It was the desire to travel long term. And we've seen people do it before, so, you know, we sat down to see if we could make it happen. We'll do it as long as we can and as long as our health allows. That's kind of our introduction. If you guys want to see anything, let us know. Like I said, we're not doing this for any other reason than to show you the different places and the countries that we're going to, and hopefully inspire you to get out and go visit these countries on your own. So until the next time, peace, and we hope to see you again.
Thanks again for watching, and check out our other videos.
Leatherneck Nomads, one country